ladies and probably gentlemen. It's a real pleasure to welcome you to our webinar on the partnership between the Italian Exhibition Group and BPW International. But it's not the intention that we present BPW International. We would like to give the Italian Exhibition Group a chance to tell us what they are doing. There has been an enormous expansion in the last years, and I think it's for our members very, very interesting to know where the Italian Exhibition Group is working and what they, as members of BPW International, can profit or can have from this cooperation or this partnership. First of all, I would like to do clarify some housekeeping questions. We are recording the session, the meeting, and my dear colleague Carla Laura Petruzzelli and Dr. Giuseppina Sedita both were crucial at the beginning of this partnership. They will read me the questions of the public at the end before we finalize the webinar. So we have nobody will come in with their faces from the audience, and but only the people who are about to speak. I hope this is okay with you. And the first thing I would like to do is to congratulate our Marco Carniello. He is the Global Exhibition Director, Jewelry and Fashion, and in Italy, he's responsible for Italy, if I get this correctly, Marco, United Arab Emirates and Singapore. And I would, beginning with congratulating him for a very successful end of the Vicenza Oro exhibit, which just took place now. We all heard about it. Then let me continue with the presentation. Francesco Santo, who was announced to be here, could unfortunately not come due to other impediments. But Martina Daguano is here. Very pleased to meet you here. And Carmen Ceolo is also here. Martina is exhibition manager, and I think your special field is tourism. And Carmen Ceola is food and beverage. You are in food and beverages, if I get this correctly. So I think, first of all, I would like to give the floor to Marco Carniello and to explain us a little bit what do we have to understand under the IEG, the International Italian Exhibition Group. Please, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Ms. Bossart. Thank you, Catherine, for your nice words. Thank you to the all BPW organization. Thank you, Giuseppina. Thank you, Carla Laura, and thank you, Ursula, for hosting us. It's a pleasure to be here, and especially based on on the relationship we are building in the recent years, and hopefully will be long lasting for the next years to come. So I would start with sharing a video before introducing the company and what we do and what can we share with the members of BPW International. So let me just share the screen, and hopefully, unfortunately, as we have seen in the testing phase, the sound will be not available, but let's enjoy the video. So this is our corporate video of IEG Italian Exhibition Group. So thank you. Hopefully you like it, although there was no probably the sound. So let me introduce now the company, Italian Exhibition Group, through these very few slides I'm taking from our official presentation. So as you see on the top of these slides, you see Annual Investors Summit 2023. So it's one of the most recent presentations we did to investors. And in fact, Italian Exhibition Group is a company which is on the stock exchange Milano, Borsa di Milano, and is a big company now because it's the merge of Fiera di Rimini and Vicenza Fiera, so two of the oldest, most successful fairs in Italy that now are giving born to a much bigger Italian company, which is Italian Exhibition Group. As you see, we are based in Italy. We do have headquarters in Rimini, and we manage venues in Rimini, Vicenza, and in many other places in Italy, and which is our core competence. So we are show organizers, and we are also the owners of the venue. We organize many different shows around the year and in many different categories, and we're gonna have a look of those in few minutes from now. But although we are Italian Exhibition Group, we are managing many other shows around the world, as we have subsidiaries spread out on the globe. From this chart, you can see that we have subsidiaries in the more or less all the parts of the world. So obviously Italy, but also Deutschland, so Germany in Europe. Then we have an office in Dubai. Then we have an office in China, in Chengdu, in Asia, Southeast Asia, in Singapore, and also on the other side of the world, at least from our perspective, is so IEG has offices in New York and in Brazil, in Sao Paulo. So it's true that it's very Italian company, but you as you can see, the view is definitely global, and that's why we are talking to you as you are BPW International. So in terms of our business model, as I mentioned at the beginning, we do manage venues. So we do have big fairgrounds with halls, pavilion that we manage every year with many different shows hosted in those. But mostly we call us event organizer. And what's the difference? The difference is that event organizer is also putting all the marketing, communication efforts to make an event from zero. So we are mostly creating our own events, creating our brands, creating our shows, and in very few cases we are just hosting third-party events. So our core business is really being very creative and organize beautiful events in Italy and around the year based on different categories. So just to give you some clue about how our revenue streams. So 54% of our business is coming from organized events, so the shows that we are creating in Italy and around the globe. Then it's 31%, 32% of our business is coming from services we give to the exhibitors of our shows. And so, for instance, the food, the stamp fitting, the cleaning, all of those are provided by companies in our group. Then we have almost a 10% that is coming from the congresses. So we are not only providing services through our shows, but also we organize congresses and conferences. Then we have a small part, 2.4% of publishings and the sport events. So it's like it's also another line of business, a bit small but still growing. And around 2% is represented by hosted events, so shows organized by other companies external from IEG that are using our venues to present different kind of shows. So this is the typical cake with our line of businesses, and nothing is secret as we are on the stock exchange. Now, about the organized events, all these events are trade shows, are shows. You might have visited some of those. Those are very, very relevant in the different categories, not only in Italy, but around the world. First thing is that we do have 5 different divisions, basically are split by categories. The first one is food and beverage. The second one is jewelry and fashion. Third is green and technology. Then you will have tourism and hospitality, and then wellness and sport. So among below these all these you have around 52 different shows. They're mainly in Italy, but not only. As you can see, they are circled in red, our top shows for each division. You may have heard of Vicenza Oro, as Katrin was mentioning at the beginning. IEG is the organizer of Vicenza Oro. We're going to talk about it later. But we have CGEP, the biggest show of gelato, which is the typical Italian businesses that we export in every part of the world. On the green technology and technology, we have Ecomondo, which is one of the most important in Europe show about circular economy. And then tourism and hospitality, we do have the best show in Italy about travel experience, and then wellness and sport. We organize Rimini Wellness, which is a B2C show about wellness in general, and that hosts around 200,000 people all every year, sharing practices in sport in the world of the well-being. So I wouldn't take more time to go on other businesses. The idea today is to give you some more information about all those shows, especially the big ones. These will be just a very generic presentation because the purpose is just to get in touch with all of you. And if you have any interest in participating as exhibitor in one of those shows, or just as visitors, you're very welcome, and you can benefit on some particular treatment that we agree to provide to all BPW international members. So as I'm also the responsible of the jewelry and fashion division, I would also now share with you some of what we do around the world about jewelry. So, but just before going into jewelry, I just wanted to know if there's any question or doubt, or maybe some information you may want to know now.
Do we have any questions in the chat room, Carla Laura?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay, So I go on with the jewelry. So Italian Exhibition Group organized it around 50, 52 different shows in Italy and around the world. Some of them are about jewelry. And then let's deep dive in the jewelry world. And again, I'll share a video, unfortunately, with no sound, but this is very informative. Well, I'll start with the emotional one. Please enjoy.
Venice. Wow.
And this is a emotional video. I think you agree with me. We put all our made in Italy ingredients, but the show is not only about made in Italy, but is representing all the best of jewelry technology components in the world. I have another video which is going much more in details about the categories we do represent, and again is one of the three biggest show in the world. Is based in Vicenza, happening twice per year in January and in September. It's open to only trade operators. So if you have a jewelry business, a jewelry shop, or wherever, you can come. Even not, you will be welcome anyway because you are BPW. So just give me.
May I just come in with a comment from a Swiss jeweler whose wife is a BPW, and we were just per chance at the gala dinner talking where was it, in Thun, about. I said, oh, I'm going to Vicenza Oro, and he said, oh, you are going now? I said, yes. Oh, you know, I'm always there in January. That is an absolute must for my business to go there. So he was that is the moment where his attention was drawn totally to BPW. I think it was not only a women's thing, but we were also doing business, so to speak, or we were also connecting to and giving opportunity to such a wonderful organization. I must say, all of us who had been in Vicenza, we were very, very spoiled by you, and we thank you for that as well. Thank you, Marco.
Thank you. So let me share this other video, which is more descriptive, let's say, a little bit less emotional, but have the broad overview of what we have in these huge shows with more than 1,300, so 1,300 exhibitors from all over the world.
The largest show in Europe with the jewel industry. Visitors from 136 countries, the business hub for the industry. I'm not to miss event for the entire production chain, from art jewelry to fashion creations, from precious stones to semi-components, up to the most innovative designs for packaging and visual merchandising, from contemporary watchmaking brands to independent master watchmakers. More than 1,200 brands, international buyers, journalists, and opinion leaders, a rich calendar of panels and seminars, technical workshop. Discover the power of a community.
So this was more informative. As you see, there's a huge offering of different exhibitors in different categories. Is a show, is a massive show with 5 days of business, and we do have the gathering of all the world. If you think about yesterday, we closed the last day with more than, well, with 141 different countries visiting the show in the 5 days. So it's very much international. So this is about Vicenza Oro. So please let us know if you want to know about us, get to know better about Vicenza Oro, or just write to us or to Catherine or Carla Laura to get in touch with us. But we do not have only Vicenza Oro, so the show in Vicenza. We do have other 2 shows. One is in Singapore and one is in Dubai. So the Dubai one is in November. The Singapore one is in July. And if you are in the area, please join us as an exhibitor or as a visitor. You'll be very welcome to visit and eventually to shop something if you like. So let me introduce just the 2 videos about the 2 other shows, because are very nice as well. So it's sure. This is Dubai. So this is our show in Dubai. It's gonna be in November. Obviously, Dubai, it's a very nice hub to host a jewelry show. Very safety, very well connected to all over the world. The show is smaller than Vicenza Oro. Is 400 exhibitors, and you find technology, gems, and jewelry in a very broad offering from with exhibitors from all over the world. Well, Italy, but India, China, Middle East, and all the world. So let me close now with the Singapore show, which is the very recent acquisition by Italian Exhibition Group. We acquired the show last year. It's a show with 20 years of experience, and I really recommend to go. It's a nice show, but on top of those is a show with a lot of opportunities to buy. Is open to the B2C. So whenever you want to buy something for you or give a gift, do come there. You find everything you need, from the very accessible jewelry to the very big ones. And just as a curiosity, but don't say to anyone, there was also the Brunei Sultan shopping around with a basketball cap, so no one was recognizing him, but he was there. So let me share. So that was Dubai and Singapore. Okay, so with the Singapore show, have you seen? We have around 300 exhibitors, so it's a little bit smaller than Dubai, but definitely in the Southeast Asia is one of the most prominent one is in the Mandalay Bay building. So it's in a very nice building, and it's in a very nice setup close to the one of the most beautiful mall in the world. So I suggest you to come and visit us. Where whatever information you need, we are here to answer. Any question on the jewelry part?
We don't, I think we have
Not
nothing in
yet.
the chat, absolutely not. But,
Yes, one
Jan, okay.
one question. Any art in your business?
Art?
Yes.
Not yet, but that's a good suggestion. It's not yet.
I have another question. So we were mostly now with Vicenza, Oro, I think Arezzo and other places in Italy, then Singapore and Dubai. These are mostly the hubs, let's say, for the jewelry exhibits. You are working in 5 different fields. Where are the strengths of for instance, food and beverages, or do we have green economy, sports and wellness, or tourism and hospitality?
So not sure if I got the question right, but basically in all the divisions we shared, we do have at least one single top show, which is very well recognized at least in Europe. So every division has a top show in every category. Some of those are very famous in Europe. Some of others, like Vicenzoro, is very famous in the world. But every division has a top show that we can, that we typically take around the globe with geo-cloning, so cloning the format in other countries.
There is another question from Amelie. I would like to know more about the fairs regarding tourism. Where are they located? Which are the target audience? Thank you.
I think this is.
It's up to me to. It's up.
Uh-oh. Martina?
So this is the
Just a
moment
moment.
to share the floor with Martina. Let's see,
Yeah.
because Martina is connecting from Madrid. She's there for business, so she will.
Here I am again. Sorry. Here I am
Martina,
again.
so it's to you, and if you want to that I share your slide, just tell
Yes,
me when I should do it.
Yes, please.
Okay. So let me share again. Here we go.
Sorry again. And I'm Martina Daguano. I'm in charge for marketing and communication for PTG and In-Out. So the leading travel and hospitality fair in Italy. Here you have the slide and one of the main visual of last year edition. And we choose a specific thematic for all our early editions. So last year was the case of Utopia, in the sense to provide inspiration in order to take a look not at the present, but looking at the future with a sense of hope. And the idea was thinking about the future. And in the next slide we will see the description of our fairs. So TTG Travel Experience is the most important travel fair in Italy. It's a B2B fair for 3 days in Rimini in October. So from 9 to 11 October, all the key actors of tourism and travel industry, we will be in Rimini, and they will be tour operators, travel agents, aviations, train companies, tourist boards, everyone, all the main actors in travel industry, we will be there. We are the most important travel fair in Italy, but very good positioned also in the Mediterranean area. The other part of the expo center in Rimini is totally dedicated to hospitality. So it means there you can find hotel chains, but also all the different kind of hospitality. For example, exhibitors like Airbnb or different, the opportunity of hospitality. And in this part of the fair, there are also all about design or about design and architecture for hospitalities. So swimming pools, but also all art and design, totally dedicated to hospitality. Hospitality, I mean hotel, but also bed and breakfast, but that's also small apartments, villas, luxury accommodation, everything that could be interesting for hospitality industry. And just only one appointment per year. So in October in Rimini, and this should answer the very first question we had. And we had on the other side, we have the success. We have the number of the success of last edition. So it means that we had about 3 days of business meeting seminars. The attendance was 67,000 people in just only 3 days. All the Italian region, to 2,700 brands, 55 foreign destinations, and more than 1,000 buyers from all over the world. And we are also an event platform because we host also about 200 events. And in there we host the key opinion leaders in terms of innovation, in terms of trends. And it's our panel of 200 events is a kind of event into the event. And so we have 9 arenas or 9 specific areas to host these events, because our mission is provide the travel and hospitality industries with any kind of information, update, innovation, with all this information in order to make them always updated. For example, last edition was totally dedicated, of course, to artificial intelligence, and we will see next year what will happen. We organize also an event in Milan, and for the first time in next month, we organize what we call TTG Day. It's the very first edition. So we can define it as one full day totally dedicated to trends and data about tourism and hospitality. Hospitality also from a real estate point of view. The idea, again, thanks to the attendance of the key opinion leader on the stage, is provide something that our guests, about 300 guests, cannot find in any other kind of events in Italy. So we will invite a bank, for example. We will invite the top association in travel and hospitality, And our aim is provide fresh, smart ideas, inspiration, and stay side by side with with managers and stay into the market in order to inspire the market.
Thank you so much, Martina.
President
Thank you.
Catherine, we have others 3 questions. Only
Yes,
to
exactly.
inform you, the first question was from Italy, the second from Bulgaria. And now we have the third question from New Zealand. Caroline asks, I would also be interested in the environmental and sustainable events that was shown as one of the categories. Thanks.
Now is this
This is do you want all the questions or one by one? Marco, your microphone is closed.
So I can answer for the circular economy show. We do definitely have 2 very important shows in what was it? In November is Ecomondo on circular economy happening in Rimini. That's very famous and a very international show. Basically is one of the top in Europe. Is also a B2B event. But again, you're very welcome if you want to join also as a curiosity. It's fine for us. And the second one is Key Energy, about renewable energies, which is, let me check, this I don't remember, Key Energy.
End of February.
End of February, yes. So it's, we do have 2 shows about those, you know, the new world of sustainable environment, let's say. And yeah, please write to us for more information. We don't have our colleague in charge of that division today, but she will be available for answering questions or for another webinar as soon as we can.
The second question is from Margarida from Brazil. Please, could you talk more about food and beverage, when, where it takes place, as well as main products offered?
The floor is
So
yours,
now it's
Carmen.
time for Carmen.
Yeah,
It's my time now.
exactly. Sorry.
Okay, so it's my name is Carmen Ziola, and I am the exhibition manager of Beer and Food Attraction. So I'm delighted to be here with you and introduce you our remarkable events within our portfolio that encapsulate the essence of gelato, beverage, culinary excellence, and innovation. This trade show are CJEP and Beer and Food Attraction together with BB Tech Expo. If you don't mind, I would like to share some slide that where is the sharing? I cannot see the sharing in
È sotto e in verde.
ecco, so condividi, okay. Here we are. Can you see?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, can you see my presentation?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
lovely.
Yes.
Okay. So as advanced you, our
Carmen?
main
Sorry, Carmen.
sorry?
Can you put it into the presentation mode, please?
Presentation. Oh.
Yeah,
Is okay?
not yet, but it's
Not
okay.
yet.
Go ahead. Go
It's
ahead.
coming. It's coming.
It's coming.
Yeah.
No. It's fine now?
No, perché non è in modalità tutto schermo.
Dove la metto, Marco? La
Sotto,
modalità?
ecco, dai, questo è un po' meglio.
Eccola, eccola.
Va
It's
meglio?
Sì.
It's fine? Okay. No, sorry, because I usually use another application. So, well, if it's fine, I can go ahead with the presentation. So, This is our timeline for our event in our food and beverage division, which is CEGEP taking place in these days actually, and the next month will take place Beer and Food Attraction together with BB Tech, and also in April and June CEGEP will take place in China and Singapore. Let's go deeply in the presentation for the first in our spotlight, which is a CEGEP. CEGEP is a cornerstone in our portfolio. Is the international trade show of artisan gelato, pastry, bakery, and the coffee sector. Take place every year in Rimini. It's at its 45th edition. Is a well-known exhibition in Europe, but even worldwide. Last 5 days, and of course put together all the community of the sweet world. Take place in all our expo center here in Rimini, which are mainly 130,000 square meters. So it's a very big exhibition, and we have over 1,000 exhibitors. Here you can see a graphic where you see the percentage of each sectors. Gelato is the main sector that we represent in CEGEP, followed by pastry and bakery, and then coffee, and all the furniture and services for the out-of-home sectors. The exhibition is visited by over 1,080 attendees, and it refers to all the out-of-home shops, chains like bar, gelato shops, restaurant, but also to laboratories of pastry, bakery, and the distribution attendees. People come from all over the world. These are the numbers of the last edition, which is the 2023. Very soon we will have the updated facts and figures of this last edition. That today we are at the last day of the show, but I can advance you that the exhibition is a success. So the event is not only exhibition, but we create a unique international show with rewarded with lots of competitions and lots of arena where all the trends and the future of every single community they are shown. The main ones, for example, of competition that we host are the Gelato World Cup, Gelato d'Oro, the Juniores Pastry World Cup, together with the Juniores Pastry Championship, and every sector, actually every community has is on a competition and their own arena where all the sector is where we bring all the future, the innovation and the trends of the sector. Together with CEGEP, actually a month later of CEGEP, it takes place the Beer and Food Attraction Show, an event that perfectly complements the CEGEP because it showcases all the beverage sector and food for the out-of-home market. Last 3 days, and we are very young exhibition because we are only at the 9th edition this year. but is well positioned as a reference for the Italian market now, beer and food attraction, and the mission of Beer and Food Attraction is to become a well-known project even in Europe. It's a unique format because there are no other show in Europe where beers, beverage, and food, like the quick service restaurant is concerned, is representative in only one show. Together with Beer and Food Attraction, we organize also the BB Tech Expo. BB Tech Expo is the professional beer and beverage technology trade sector. This means that even the technology for processing and filling exhibit at the show. It's like a fair into the fair, because the visitors of this fair are the exhibitors, that they are the producer of beer. We occupy half of the expo center, and every pavilion is dedicated to a community. We represent the craft beers, the specialty beers, but also all the beverage sector, even the spirits, and the food that, as I said before, is concerned like a quick service restaurant. Hamburger, hot dog, French fries, sauces, and frozen food. This kind of product, they are all represented in our show. Even for Beer and Food Attraction, the number you can see in this slide they refer to the last edition. But even this year, I can advance you that the numbers are much more higher than last year. Yes, last year we had over 400 exhibitors from 20 different countries, and we represented over 600 brands. Beers are the main sector that you can find in our exhibition, but even the food and the beverage, they are growing a lot. Regarding the technologies, processing and filling are the main sectors that we represented, and they are very happy to be at the show together with Beer and Food Attraction, because they got the visitors already there to visit them.
Thank you very much, Carmen. We have another we have other questions, I think. Carla, Laura.
Okay.
And one is, I think I will just read it myself. Hi, what is the main objective of our partnership? Is there a specific goal we aim to reach together? And this was from one of our members in Italy, and another member from Italy supported this question and said, thanks for presentations. I join in to the question arised from Bettina. So can we do a little bit around? Another person had to leave, Caroline, but she thanks also for your presentations. And she says, I guess this is an opportunity for BPW International members in business can participate at these events. But I would like to give the floor. I think we have to close afterwards. It's almost 3. To Marco, and then we can take to it round. Martina and Carmen, you can add what is what the partnership means and what you think we could do together. Please go ahead.
So again, thank you, Catherine. Thank you, everyone who was listening to us and investing some of your time to understand what's about the Italian Exhibition Group. So what we do is very broad in terms of initiatives and events. So it's very difficult to define, specifically what benefit we can provide for each show. we do have a special treatment to you. That depends on the different shows, depending on whatever, anything you want to do. If you want to participate as a visitor, as a host, as a guest, as an exhibitor. So what I suggest is, please share with us, get in touch with us, tell us what you like to do, what kind of business you see with us, and we'll definitely share what we can do together. So, and I think this is also similar to what Carmen and Martina would say, but I leave the stage to Carmen and Martina.
Yeah, please, Carmen, go ahead.
I also wanted to thank you, but of course, I share exactly what Marco said, because we represent B2B trade shows. So obviously, we have a specific community that can exhibit, and specific community that visit us. If some of you are interested in our show, it's a pleasure, and we can go deeply in all the information you will need. And for special treatment, of course, it's out of the question. It's not. It will be a pleasure. It will be a pleasure to talk about it.
Thank you very much, Carmen. Something to add, Martina, please?
Yeah, I'm totally on the same page of Marco and Carmen, of course. And if some or more of you are, player of travel and hospitality industries, any kind of player, we are open to, we will invite you to visit or to exhibit or to share with us any kind of opportunities or ideas. Maybe join events, maybe you could be speaker on events. So please write us and we will find together the resolution, or maybe we can create it together.
Thank you very much, Martina. I've just it's not a question. In fact, it's just shows what could be a possibility. From Monica from Switzerland, she writes, good afternoon. I'm the director of the Fine Art Division of a logistic provider in Switzerland. Our company also provides logistic services for fairs and exhibitions. I would like to get connected to IEG for mutual business. Thanks. So are we allowed to give your address of one of you?
Yeah, you can share mine address.
Thank you, Marco. Thank you so very much. And then we made quite a lot of thanks from different persons from Brazil. Beatrice is from Brazil and was very pleased with the presentation, and others were too. So I would like to thank you as a closing of this webinar very, very much to all three of you to have taken the time. You are, Carmen, in the middle of or at the end of an exhibit. Marco is after an exhibit and must be very exhausted. And Martina, I think you are all very, very busy. Thank you very much for taking the time for us and for this presentation. I think it was very instructive, and a lot of our people there will certainly questions be coming, and we will continue our collaboration. I wish you all a very good, fruitful afternoon, and
thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so
everyone.
much.
Thank you so much. Ciao, Catherine.
Thank you. Ciao. Bye.
Ciao.